Hey guys, it is me, Laura, and I recently shared with you that there had been some changes in our homeschool. And I had been trying to use completely everything that we had on hand and not purchase anything new. I've stuck to that some, and there's some things that I've used that we have, and there's a few things that I purchased, but I'm going to show you what I'm doing to kind of organize myself so that I have everything completely laid out and ready to go, so that I don't have to stress or worry about what's coming up next, which will give me the freedom to be more flexible, and I think will really help me do better at being attentive to the things that Samuel's really curious about. And if we have a framework that we're working from, I won't always feel so overwhelmed and worn out because I feel like I'm trying to reinvent the wheel every few weeks. So I have planned here the first, all except for 2 subjects, which I'm waiting for the stuff in the mail from that, and I'll tell you what that is. I've planned the first 12 weeks, and I think that's what my cycle is going to be. That can be changed, but I'll plan for 12 weeks. It may or may not take 12 weeks. The different subjects may go at different rates, but I think that that is a good amount to really get me going, but at the same time, it's not so much that if things aren't working, I can't tweak them or whatever. This is my lovely new homeschool file box. Well, it's not new. We had the file box, but I have commandeered it. It just had a bunch of empty file folders in it, and now it doesn't. Now it is being used. So, I have 6, I can count 6 folders here. This is going to be daily work, so I'll explain that to you, but this is a folder that Samuel gets at the beginning of the week, and the goal is that we finish that work during the week. Sometimes it can take us 2 days. In that case, we'll finish off the rest of the week doing a little bit of ABC Mouse, which Samuel loves. And if we don't finish, we roll it over to the next week and then just finish it then and finish that week out with ABC Mouse. So that is this. This is our Bible, and we do daily devotions every day where we read through the Bible, but I really want to start teaching them more about culture and history, and this is a little bit more academic in nature. Of course, it's for kindergarten, and Timothy loves to join, so it's a lot of role playing and things like that now, but that's really fun. And then we have geography and cultural studies. Samuel did Africa last year. This year we're studying Asia with a huge emphasis on China. And I'm dovetailing this as much as possible with our Saturday evening worships, which are always missionary stories. So when we study a particular place of the world, we'll probably focus on missionaries that were connected to that locale in some way, but that's separate from geography. And then there's science, and science is just, I don't have this one or history done yet because I'm waiting for stuff to come in the mail. And then I have an extra day because usually we don't do homeschooling. We never do homeschooling on Saturday. We usually don't do homeschooling on Friday or Sunday, but every once in a while I do. But I don't want to have stuff planned. So they always love stuff on transportation. So for right now, I'm just not stockpiling, but these are things we had on hand and other things that we're pulling from on transportation that I can just quickly pull out without much prep, and we can just dive in and have a lot of fun. There's book ideas and all sorts of stuff in here. So I'm going to start with one subject at a time and just show you. So here is the daily work, and I have these sorted out in weeks. So even if we don't finish like week 1 and week 1, that's fine. We'll just go through them in order. So this one we're going to start. This is something new we're starting with our math. And so every day we'll just write a number on our hundreds chart and color them in and do some fun activities with that. And this is an idea I got from someone on YouTube. I don't know, I was watching so many videos, I don't remember who I got it from, but we're going to start having him write his name every month throughout the year just to see how that improves. And so I'm excited about that. And he is loving these phonics sheets. I have had this phonics book for a very long time. It's the Evan Moore Phonics Dailies, and I started doing that with him, and this is actually, he is catching on better than anything else that we've used. So even if this is all we do for phonics, that is great. I do have little readers that we do as well, but he really likes these, so we're going to keep it up. So we've just got one daily per day, and so that's good. And then this is his math, and I've gone through, Samuel doesn't like doing a lot of writing, which is fine. I know this is a Charlotte Mason based math program, which he loves the story aspect of that. I'm not a huge fan of all the copy work that's done. I feel like it's a little bit too much, so we don't do a lot of the copy work, and we take a lot of these and like we'll probably do this with stamps instead of having him write them, and we'll do this with a lot more fun. But he's got his math in here every week, and then I have 2 handwriting pages for him every week, and that's it. So that is all the work for the week. And like I said, sometimes he races through it and we get done super fast, and other times it will take us a couple weeks to get through it, and that's fine. That's totally cool. But the goal is to finish it by the end of the week. So that's something that we've been doing, and it's working. The only thing that's changed is I usually pull it together at the beginning of every week, and if I don't get it together right away, I sometimes fall behind, and so this will just keep me on top of things. And then for Bible, we are actually using I looked at a ton of stuff, and I am using and adapting the lessons that come with our church. So what I have here is I have references, the biblical references, the references for my felt books, because we're going to try and do felts with the story every week, and so that will help me know, like that has the numbers of felts that go with the story, and our memory verses written here, and then all the activities, and I have written here any special things that we might need that I need to plan ahead on. So this is kind of my master list for Bible, and I only have until the end of the year because they don't have the new quarterly out yet. So that is that, and then I have in each of the folders that correspond, I have our memory verse to add to our memory verse 3x5 card file box. I've already written that out and have it ready to go. And then any printouts that we might want for helping us to act out the stories or to understand the time any better. And then I went online, and with my felt program, I do have a lot of coloring pages, but there's a few stories that aren't there. So I went online and I found free coloring pages there. So this is entirely, Bible is going to be entirely using stuff that we have. We have a lot of Bible atlases that we can look at. And I was a theology student. I didn't graduate with that, but I was a theology student for 2 years, and then a pastoral care degree for another year. And I ended up graduating with religious studies, but I have a lot of reference materials and background material and things like that to really help me pull from for this. And then with geography, right now we're doing China, so we have our book of China stuff, and I just pulled for this, I did purchase an Amanda Bennett unit study for China, and what I did is I went through the unit study, and they have, like, it's a complete full subject unit study, so a day's worth of work is just way too much. So I took that and I broke it up into smaller segments. I added a few things, changed a few things for the kids, and I just have it all broken up. These bright blue are field trips that would go great with what we're doing. And again, I have by week, I have my folders with Samuel loves these daily geography practice, and I used to have these in our daily folder, but I switched them to this folder, and we'll do it while we're doing geography, because we do look at maps and stuff a lot during geography, and Samuel just loves this. It's super short. It's just the front and back page, and then you use the map page. And then I've got any other things that we will need, printouts or fun things like that. And that's our geography. And then we have our science, which we're going to be doing astronomy because that's what Samuel picked out. And we are going to be going off of the Magic School Bus Science Kit. Samuel loves these. And we do have the germs one, but I feel like that's a little bit advanced for him. And he's kind of burnt out with body and germs because we spent so long on it. So we're gonna, we have been working on animal tracks, which I did have. That's something that I had mentioned that I had that I wanted to use. So we're gonna go ahead and get another kit, science kit, and I'm just gonna build the whole 12 weeks or however long that lasts off of the Magic School Bus Science Kit. And I have lots and lots of resources, and we've got books at the library, so that should be good. And then we have history, and I have been doing Mystery of History, which I think I might do again at some point. But with all the election stuff, and Samuel has been listening to your story hour, especially the 2 that revolve around American history. I forget the names of them, but he has been, between all of that, he has been very, very interested in American history. And they say that this age is a really good age to start teaching kids about America and pride for our country. So I looked and looked and looked, and we are going to be doing the Beautiful Feet American history program. And one thing that I really liked about it is that it is pretty basic, and it doesn't have as much as some of the other programs have, which I think is actually going to be good because that gives me a lot more flexibility to kind of do. Like, I have the very basics there, so if I'm in a bad way, I can just do the basics. But we can add and embellish and do as much as we want with it. And I love the focus on good characters and strong characters. And anyway, there's, a few things that we're gonna switch up, but there's that. And then this is my book of transportation, and then this is just all just random things that I have found, books that we already had that are really fun stuff with transportation, and then I'll keep adding to them. But that's kind of where we're at. So that's the organization and what we're doing right now, and all of this will be taken at a pace that is just the right pace, the pace that fits. And I like it though because the planning, the hard stuff is done, and so we can just have fun at this point. And so I don't have to be worrying or stressing about, well, what are we going to do tomorrow? What are we going to do tomorrow? Oh, I don't have anything for tomorrow. What are we going to do? Because I get so excited and there's just so much to do. It's so easy for me to get so caught up in the planning that we don't actually have much time to do stuff. And I just want to have fun learning together. So I feel like having this basic spine of a plan is going to be super helpful and really kind of let things relax a little bit more, I think, actually. And so I'm excited to see what happens. Let me know if you guys are interested in seeing any more of the programs that we're using more closely. I know there's not a lot of information out there about Beautiful Feet. I did not get the whole program. I got the program guide and the first 2 books, and I plan to just get a book at a time because it's expensive to buy the whole thing at once, and I'm really trying to cut costs there, so that way we can go ahead and get started. So that's what we're looking at, and I would love to hear what's going on with you guys' homeschool. What have you changed? Like, have things been different? Do you change things, or is it always the same and you've shot straight, had the same program forever? I would love to hear in the comments below, and that's, as I've said so many times, I'm so thankful for these early years of homeschooling so we can figure out what works for me, figure out what works for Samuel, and get our groove so that we can enjoy this the most we can as a family and get the most out of it and grow and learn together. So I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have a great day. Bye.